and welcome to Greyhound View, and what a week it's been for the sport. A capacity crowd lifted the roof at Shelbourne Park on Saturday night for what was arguably the hottest contest for years in the paddypower.com Irish Greyhound Derby. We'll be bringing you the best of the action, plus a look back at Thursday's highlight, the Diamond Stakes. We also review the quarter-finals of the Erin to Cork Airport Munster Oaks, more from our beginner's guide, but first, one of England's top trainers, Nick Sava, gives his views on Irish racing. Irish Greyhound racing has attracted many international challengers, and none more formidable than top trainer Nick Sava, who brought his dogs from England over 6 weeks ago.
I really enjoy it every time I come here, Well, I plan it well in advance, like in this case, I intend to come last year, but it makes it a lot easier when people are so hospitable, particularly where I'm staying with now, with Tommy and Nancy, and Don is not far away, and they've been very supportive and helpful. And I did want to move here 35 years ago, but my wife wouldn't follow me.
Nick's passion for greyhound racing began as a teenager when he came to England from Cyprus.
When I came to England back in 1951, I was only 16. It didn't take long for someone to take me to Haringey dogs. And the first couple of times I was there for amusing myself because I was watching the punters shouting and screaming and making funny movements, and I wasn't watching the dogs at all. And then when I started watching the dogs, that was it, the virus said about me and it stayed with me. I basically became addicted to them, and I bought a few dogs. I kept them in the back garden and flapped them. And then gradually, when I saved enough money, moved out in the country and started breeding and training. And I'm basically self-taught. It's trial and error. I don't regret a minute of it,
Hardly surprising that the self-taught trainer has no regrets. Nick Sava has won almost every prize worth winning, both in the UK and here in Ireland. So how does he compare the state of the greyhound industry in each country?
There is no comparison. It looks like you got it about right now here, and I'm sure it'll get better and better. In England, I'm afraid the system is unlikely to get much better because there's two beneficiaries, that's the bookmakers and promoters, and the trainers and owners are not really considered. The owners and trainers are neglected or even exploited, I might say. The Irish got it about right, and you've got the government involved and the board, and the tracks are improved, the amenities, the prize money, everything goes together, and it's very envious if you have to consider it with the English system.
Whilst Nick may be envious of the Irish system, is there anything he would change about racing over here?
There's not a lot, really. I would like to see a bit more attention paid to the sound surface. Having said that, it is a new thing for the Irish, and hopefully they will improve on that as well. I'm sure they will. I find the tracks a little bit on the fast side, which is more likely dogs could get hurt on fast surface than if they had more given it. Hopefully that would be put right in due course. I'm sure the Irish are not frightened to have a go in a change.
So, for the man who's won nearly all the top prizes, what ambitions does Nick have left?
Just carry on, really, and just as long as I can, whatever comes. You cannot get enough of winning.
Nick brought 3 dogs with him to Ireland, whilst his biggest hope for the Derby, Sonic Flight, surprisingly failed to make it past the second round. The white bitch, Tiny Spud, did make it to the final. The other, Westmead Woof, took on his rivals in the Lawrence Blunt Diamond Stakes. For dogs eliminated in the early rounds of the Derby, the Lawrence Blunt Diamond Stakes provides another opportunity for them to shine, and the punters get the chance once again to see some of the best dogs in the country going head to head. The Paul Hennessy-trained Barefoot Joe was clear favourite in the betting, and certainly on paper was the fastest dog over the 550-yard distance. But he was expected to face a stern challenge in the shape of Bravo Alpha. Here's how they were drawn. In Trap 1, Darter, trained by Mark Robinson. Trap 2, Barefoot Joe, Paul Hennessy. Trap 3, Westmead Woof, Nick Sava. Trap 4, Manic Street, Thomas White. Trap 5, Cullen Jury, trained by Joey Marr. And Trap 6, Bravo Alpha, trained by Seamus Graham.
The hare comes around the final bend, up behind the traps, and away they go, and fast and striding inside. Number 1, Darter. In the middle now, number 3, Westmead Woof, and number 4, which is Manic Street, going to the first corner. It's number 1, Darter, squeezing around for number 3, Westmead Woof. Westmead Woof now strikes the front. It could be all over, folks. Going down the front now, and we're down the back, and it's number 3, Westmead Woof. In second place, we have Darter. Back in third place, Bravo Alpha. The flavoured is flying back and forth, but he's not going to get there. In third is number 3, Westmead Woof. Back in second place now, number 6, Bravo Alpha. And number 1, Darter in third place. But coming around the final corner, it's number 3, Westmead Woof. He's not going to be caught. Darter second is close to third.
So, confirmation of that result. First, number 3, Westmead Woof, trained by Nick Sava in a time of 29.71. Second, number 1, Darter, trained by Mark Robinson. And third, number 6, Bravo Alpha, trained by Seamus Graham. In the end, it was a convincing victory for the English challenger, Westmead Woof, but when did his trainer think he had it won?
Oh, from the traps tonight. He proved exceptionally well compared to his expected. You know, he's normally a slow starter, but he started very well tonight. But I wasn't worried about how he started. If he didn't get into trouble, he still come through and win, you know. But after the first bend, it was all over. It's what I expected, actually. He was my second string. And I'm very pleased that they at least showed what he could do more than winning. You know.
This number 3, Westmead Woof, he's not going to be caught. Darter second.
Along with a cheque for £5,000, a piece of crystal, and a beautiful diamond pendant was presented to the winning owner, Gillian Cribbins.
There are a variety of bets on the tote. Rather like the bookmakers, you can back a greyhound to win or be placed first or second. This simply involves going to a tote operator, telling them the number of dog you fancy, and handing over your stake money. Unlike the bookmakers, you cannot take a fixed price. The odds are only calculated when all the bets have been placed into a pool. A very popular type of bet with the tote is the forecast. This is where you predict which dogs will finish first and second in the correct order. For example, if you fancy having £1 on number 3 to win and number 6 to come second, you go to a tote operator and say, £1 forecast, 3 and 6, please. Be sure to check your ticket when you receive it at the window. It's too late to have a mistake corrected after the race. You can also bet the trio, where you attempt to pick the first 3 dogs in the correct order. This pays much bigger dividends for obvious reasons. But if you want to win big money, then it's the straight 4 jackpot and the pick 6 jackpot you'll be looking at. Of all the races on the cards, the tote will nominate 4 races. You need to pick the winner of each of these 4 races. If you get a few outsiders which come up, you could win thousands from a relatively small stake. Just fill in your selections on the card like you would a lottery ticket and hand them in to an operator. The bet is recorded by a sensor machine and out pops your ticket. It's only a case of deciding how much you want to spend and, of course, picking the winners. The pick 6 is much tougher. Here you have to get 6 winners correct. Not too many manage to win the pick 6, but it's well worth it when you land it.
Join us in part 2 for all the best from Saturday's fantastic PaddyPower.com Irish Greyhound Derby. quarter-finals of the Munster Oaks, plus results of our competition. Competition time now, and last week our question was, what distance is the paddypad.com Irish Greyhound Derby? And of course the answer was 550 yards. Here's the winner of that wonderful £1,000 tote voucher. It's Tony Kelleher from Ballinvoher, Cloyne in County Cork, and very well done to you. So now for this week's competition, the winner of which receives the great prize of a night for two at Shelburne Park, with, of course, all the hospitality that goes with it. Here's the question for this week. Who trained the winner of this year's Irish Greyhound Derby? Numbers, as usual, for the Republic of Ireland, 1550, 92, 73, 73. And for Northern Ireland and the UK, it's 0901 063 0642. And the very best of luck. While the dogs were having their big night at Shelburne on Saturday, the leading bitches were contesting the quarter-finals of the Air Inter Cork Airport Munster Oaks at Kilkerne Park in Waterford.
Thank you, Tracy. And watching this first quarter final, and number 5 showing good early pace, Life's Beauty going up here from number 4, Megan's Friend in second, into the opening corner, and number 5 stretches clear, a lot of trouble in behind, and it's number 5, Life's Beauty, owned by Larry Byrne, going lengths clear down the back straight. Life's Beauty with a good lead as they head down towards the second last corner. Stretching on here, Life's Beauty, but now number 6, Hannah's Fancy, coming with this strong run from behind, this Brendan Cullimore own bitch, and she's challenging off the final corner. Coming up this long run in Waterford, and just in the final strides, number 6, Hannah's Fancy, getting up to win. So the result of the first heat, number 6, the winner, Hannah's Fancy, second, number 5, Life's Beauty, and third, number 4, Megan's Friend, the time 29:03. Onto the second heat, for Bluebell Queen, well fancied on the outside, not too well away, and it's number 3, 20-10, leading into the first corner. Bluebell Queen putting in a run on the outside. Oh, there's trouble on the inside on number 2, Rightful Seskin now showing in front, but headed immediately by Bluebell Queen. Bluebell Queen going strongly down the back straight from Rightful Seskin in second, number 4, New Line Valley is third. Into the second last bend, and it's the Larry Mason train, Bluebell Queen, well out in front here from number 2, Rightful Seskin. Now 20-10, coming back again to challenge for second place off the last bend with number 1, Time for Chips, but on the line it's Bluebell Queen winning there nicely from number 3, 20-10. The result, the winner, number 6, Bluebell Queen, second was 20-10, and third, Time for Chips, time 28:99. The third heat, Sparta Liz, one of the fancies, but it's You Said So, getting away very smartly from 3, going up from number 2, Sparta Liz in second place. Number 4 is third. That's Mount Vuan heading down the back, and it's number 3, You Said So, trained by Michael O'Donovan. 3-4 lengths in front from number 2, Sparta Liz, jointly owned by Phil Goff and John Fitzgerald in second. Coming to the second last bend, and it's 3, You Said So in front. Number 2, Sparta Liz, beginning to get going now with 4 and 6 just in behind. Mount Vunikita coming with this flying late run, but here comes number 2, Sparta Liz, just getting up from 3, You Said So, and number 6, Mount Vunikita flying. The result, first, number 2, Sparta Liz, in second place was You Said So, and third, Motview Nikita, the time 28:96. The last of the quarter-finals, Autumn Smashed, a local hope here from trap 3, away quite well, but it's number 2, Ronnie's Gold, showing face to the corner, with Autumn Smash going up well now on the outside. Oh, big trouble is number 1, Dilrock Dot, runs wide on the corner. And again we have number 3 leading down the back, Autumn Smash, going on by about 4 lengths from Ronnie's Gold in second. Number 1, Dilrock Dot, now putting in a run, challenging for second spot into the second last corner. And out front it's Autumn Smash clear, leading by 4 or 5 lengths at this stage, and coming on to the last corner, no catching this one. Autumn Smash well clear from number 1, Dilrock Dot in second, with number 2, Ronnie's Gold in third. And the result, the winner was Autumn Smashed, second, Dilrock Dot, and third, Ronnie's Gold, the time of 28:99.
And the final of the Air Inter Cork Airport Munster Oaks takes place on Saturday, the 26th of September at Kilkerne Park in Waterford. The highlight of the Greyhound year attracted a massive crowd, amongst them celebrities from all walks of life, who enjoyed the great Shelburne Park hospitality and electric atmosphere of this night to remember.
Well, it's amazing the sort of people you meet at the dogs, especially the paddypad.com derby. And one of those people I've just happened to bump into is none other than former Wimbledon football player Vinnie Jones, who is now a movie star. Many movies under his belt, of course, including Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, to name but a few. What were the others, Vinnie?
You forgot to mention I'm a dog owner as well.
And a dog owner.
That's why I'm here tonight.
We were getting to that. The other films you're in, though, you're involved in...
Swordfish, Gone in 60 Seconds. They were the two Hollywood movies, yeah.
Yeah, and one coming up that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I just finished a movie called The Mean Machine, which was my first lead, which is the old Burt Reynolds movie.
Oh, really?
With,
I've
remake of
kind
that.
of seen a likeness, so you got a bit more hair.
In prison, playing football, so
Yeah, when's
didn't
that
have
going
to
to
do
come
too much research on it. That comes out on Boxing Day.
Yeah. And who else in that?
Myself, David Hemmings, David Kelly, who was in Waking Ned Devine, and a lot of young, good-looking fellas, which sort of took the pressure off me a little bit. Danny Dyer and Baz Blackwood, people like that.
What was it like being in the lead role? I mean, that's a huge pressure to be under.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know how hard it was going to be, really, and we had like 57 days of filming, and I was in every day. I had 110 pages of dialogue. You know, and that was the hardest part, really. But I loved it. I just threw myself into it as normal, and we've done it, and I've seen it, and it looks fantastic.
And when you first started getting into the football and playing the football professionally, did you ever imagine that you were going to end up starring in a movie?
No, I didn't. I mean, it was.
But it seems to be a natural progression. It just seemed to happen in a very natural, gradual way.
Yeah, I think that's my character, really. I think that's sort of. You know, I'm that sort of a fella. You know, I just throw myself into things, and when we've done Lock, Stock, I was still playing football. And then I got the offer to go to America after Lock, Stock, and just went into it like duck out of water.
Now, getting back to why you're here tonight, the dogs. So what is your involvement tonight?
Well, I was hoping to have a couple of dogs on the card tonight, but we're waiting for the St Ledger and the Oaks for my two dogs, so we've left them out tonight. But this is a great sporting event, and I'm involved with Go Barking Mad as well, and to come to the dogs for me is just fantastic, and any excuse to come to Ireland anyway.
Yes, a real international flavour at Shelburne Park on Saturday night, plus a huge following from County Tipperary, as anticipation grew to a crescendo, with just moments to go before the big one. We join your commentator, Michael Fortune.
Thank you, Tracy. And as we see, number one, Dale Inferno, this son of Westmead, Maryland and Ladywell Girl, owned by Charlie Crane from Glasgow, bred by Joy Pearton, Old Minister Lovell in Oxford in England, and trained by Fraser Black in Rathangan. Number two, Droopy's Vieri, the favourite, owned by Kay Hart and Danny Riley. Kay Hart from Brentwood in England, Danny Riley from Navan, one of the leading sponsors of Irish Greyhound racing. Bred by Sean Dunphy in Portland, trained by Paul Young. Number three, Tiny's Bud, trained by Nicky Sava. He's already won with Sonic Flight tonight. Tiny's Bud, a daughter of Larkill Joe and Perry's Pusher, owned by Larry O'Rourke from Ascot in England, an Irishman living over there. Bred by Tommy Davison from Newton Abbey in County Antrim, and trained by Nicky Sava. Next door to her in Trap 4 is her little brother, Droopy's Cule, also bred by Tommy Davison, naturally enough, from Newtown Abbey, owned jointly by Sean Dunphy in Portlaw and Lawrence Blunt from England, and trained by Michael Dunphy, Sean's brother, who you see there rubbing the bitch down as she's on the parade. Trap 5 and cool performance. I know half County Tipperary is here tonight to chase this fellow on. You hear them roaring. Well, one man who would love to be here is Eddie Ryan from Clarahan. Unfortunately, Eddie can't be here tonight. He's just out of hospital, I believe, today. And everyone here in Shelburne, Eddie, is wishing you get back on your feet quick and back out to the dogs. Stephen Burke leading out this dog for his father Sean. The dog owned jointly by Mick Gleeson and Patsy Byrne, trained by Pat Keane from Abbey Dorney. And what do we say about this fella? Late show. I wonder, does he know all the words that are written about him? Owned by Pat Kenny, bred by Ray Harney and Kilmacow, and trained by Paul Hennessy and Gorn. The roar has started. I've never heard the likes of it before. It's louder and louder every year, it seems to get. And certainly the decibels are rising here. The final of the 2001 Derby. And in Trap 1 is Dale Inferno, 33-1. 2 Droopy's Vieri, 2-1. 3 Tiny's Bud, 16-1. 4 Droopy's Cule at 4-1. 5 Cool Performance at 4-1. And on the outside in 6, the Late Show is at 3-1. The hare's coming up behind the traps, ready for up, and away they go. And it's number 3, Tiny's Bud, showing in front from Cool Performance into the corner, with number 4, Droopy's Cule just in there. And it's number 5, Cool Performance, leading around the bend from Tiny's Bud. Tiny's Bud is in a great position. Number 2, Droopy's Vieri, putting in a run down the back ahead of Droopy's Cule. Late Show surely has too much to do. Tiny's Bud, Cool Performance battling back to take it up on the third bend. Droopy's Vieri runs
runs into them. Number 1, Dale Inferno launching his challenge, but up the straight it's Cool Performance. Here comes Late Late Show, but just too late, and Cool Performance holds off Late Late Show by a rapidly diminishing head. As Sean Burke is there embraced by Teddy Hegarty and Bernard Barry. Obviously it was a big result for the bookmakers. They wouldn't be kissing him otherwise. Well, let's watch this again. It's a breathtaking race as Tiny Spud comes out fast. Late Late Show is not too badly away by his standards. He's last, but now he's fifth into the bend. Tiny Spud on the inside. Tiny Spud leads down the back. Normally I'd say Cool Performance had no chance at this stage. He's second. In third place is Droopy's Vieri, who came to challenge looking like a winner just about this spot. He seems to check out wide there. Dale Inferno putting in a run out, and watch Late Late Show out behind him. But it's Cool Performance in front. Now his oxygen is beginning to run out up the straight. They're closing in. Fastest of all, Late Late Show, another stride, and he was going to be up, but there's no doubting the merit of this one.
Absolutely amazing scenes down here in the winners' enclosure, and finally I've managed to grab hold one of the winning connections, of course, and that's Patsy Byrne. A wonderful, wonderful performance. You must be over the moon, Patsy. I mean, it's just, he did it so well.
Oh, it's brilliant.
The oldest dog with the fastest dog in the race.
Yeah, well, for a dog that was written off last year, I mean, we hope that he'd keep winning all the time, and he did in the end, just hung on.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Many congratulations. As you can see here, wonderful scenes, well done. You must be over the moon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm terribly excited.
And this is his last race, I believe.
That's great.
And what a way to go out. He did it in such fantastic style.
He's the oldest.
Patsy, you've had many great memories in the greyhound industry, but this must come as one of the biggest, one of the most special ones.
Oh, well, it's brilliant to win here. It's lovely to win at home.
Yeah.
I've been fine for a few years and never got this far. Unlike the time we won with Ballinderry Ash in England, it's the time that I least thought we'd win it.
Well, listen, congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations. I know there's going to be many. Well done. Well done. In next week's programme, we meet the trainer and breeder of Derby winner Cool Performance. We'll be bringing you the semis and final of the Munster Oaks and a look at track developments at Newbridge Stadium. See you next week.